negativity, you know, um, or not being present in here and now. Those kind of things really make people deplete their energy. Any people in your life where they activate you with your mind going feeling bad or um, uh, hurt and all those things, you know. So question is that really necessary to be reactive like that? That kind of thing makes us think twice before we react. So one way to really not to react is to prepare our parasympathetic nervous system by deep breathing in the morning. Also, when you react, review those reactions later on in the day or right there and see, is this something I need to worry about it? Can I take it seriously, or can I take it more like a uh, you know trivial thing that I don't have to sweat about? know, that kind of discrimination comes in when you are trying to focus your thought with meditation. What you can do is you can go in optimism and focus and really take it to your stride. Any comments, anything that can provoke reactions during the work, and then those reactions and go to sleep. That way, your body and mind are restored properly, and you will happier. So that's a in nutshell what the in the morning get up and then put yourself in the awareness number one. Then during the work, be in flow and be non-reactive, but and at the end of the day review those reactions and then so that you can see that they are not important, that kind of thing. Okay, so uh, having that kind of attitude and bringing our presence of mind every day and being alert and oriented will help a long way. And keep giving body and mind a chance to recover, that also restore better. Obviously, with a nutritious meal and energetic exercise and breathing and focusing the mind, But once you are on the job, you can have so many opportunities where you can deplete your energy. So those are the things I wanted to list out, and I want you to review them in your life and see, are these are necessary, or do we have to run other co-workers ever to pump me up to make me feel good, or or to boost my ego, or the ego stroke, right? That I see makes you feel good. If you will go down to. So what you want to do is you want to really pay attention to your interior and we see where you are going. Normally we ourselves to be praised or complimented and all. They could be dependencies where when they are not there, our spirits are not up. What? How can we keep our spirits up by ourselves, or by the work we do, or by the creativity that you know? Uh, go with a service mental attitude to any job, and also apply your habits in the spirit of contribution, in the spirit of that kind of thing will help really lift up your spirit a lot. Because you feel you are doing something meaningful and some important for other people that can engage you and really help you get good energy, good vibes from you, from others too. So that kind of daily activity where you are really focused and in flow and doing orientation towards the work and also being service attitude in the mind will help your energy not to. You are not dependent on somebody else. You are dependent upon how you are approaching to your work and to your colleagues, to other people too. And also all the gossip and we are very depleting energy. If we don't realize, but then we get into that just because we are curious about other people and all that. Is that really necessary? Okay, if you want to, but for your own curiosity, your own nature of just lives, that may not be good for you, and you may not be aware that it's depleting your energy. So review that. What is that I'm listening to other people? What are they saying? Is the truth that going to hurt other people? This sensations, this kind of looking back things will really help you. And really giving yourself nutrition in the time of in the sense of food or thought too. If you have elevated thoughts in the morning, that really raises your energy to a higher frequency, and that is something wanted to have. He talks about this in Bhagavad Gita, where he says, "Bring up your consciousness from lower consciousness every day." Because if you do that every day, then you will stay in that higher frequency, and that is very, very energy conserving and also probably energy enhancing measures. Okay, so something like uh, is my life only for myself, or for the me, or for the family around me, or for the country that I'm in, or thing that elevates you important. On the same token, if you have people who are putting you lower level of thought, you are going to have depletion of energy. That is also very, very important to consider. So some of these areas are very subjective and depend upon your conditioning of the mind and your thought by the society, by the school, by the parents. So you got to really attend to some kind of people who have similar mind, and then they also want to keep their energy up. So you want to exercise with him, you want to play sports with them, you want to eat with them for lunch, and then also you want to contribute to the conversation by elements to that kind of thing also really to keep the energy not depleting. If going to be uh, animated, but at the same time doesn't have the substance in it, that will also reduce your general energy quite a bit. So these are the areas I look at how we are in the morning. Are we in the awareness mode? Are we in the ever continuing? You know. Number two is how we are at work. Are we in flow? Are we are paying attention to the things? Are we keeping our mind for gossip and other negativities, toxic people? And also at the end of the day, are we reviewing our reactions and then keeping them in perspective, having a good sleep? So in the sleep, we can restore our energies quite well. So that is what I wanted to say regarding the energy, how to keep it up, how to not to deplete it. I hope you had some clarity in that, and you make resolutions based on how you decide to spend your energy, either high thoughts and work, and then also having purpose, meaningful attitude, or you want to deplete your energy by the toxic people, by the gossip, by the unfocused work, and also really taking seriously trivial things, and then putting your mind in political energy. Um, so with that, I finish on this. Anybody else who come up on the stage on the Wisdom app or on the Clubhouse, I'll be happy to engage the conversation and see your point of view of how what do you think about this. That way, really learn from your point of view, and also we can have a discourse here. Not like a monologue by me. I like to engage people in the discussion, and please come up and talk to me about it. And somebody wants to come here, let's bring him up. Ankit. Hi, Ankit. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Thanks for coming up. Yeah. So, what do you think about the energy? Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. You are audible, Ankit. Go ahead. Yeah, you are audible. Yeah, I can hear you, Ankit. Go ahead, please. Yeah. 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 Mm. Mm. Yeah. 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 Mm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. 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 Yeah, Ankit. Yeah. 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 See, like Ankit, you are very correct. Actually, the young people need insight into what they are putting their energy into on a daily basis. And this social media, they are only interested in their own ratings, in their own uh, things that they want. They don't really want to um, uh, make you more wise and all that, even though they may intend. Lots of things are produced by people who are not interested in that, but they just want to grab your attention, and then that has become a problem. So I use the social media, but I am a very intentional, very purposeful. Like for example, I want to communicate with my friends on the social media right now. I have a intention of conveying my thoughts about energy consumption. And as you rightly brought out, the social media is really consuming a lot of people's energy because they get addicted, and they are doing out of habit rather than intentional. So you want to use the for enhancing your friendships, for enhancing your knowledge by reaching out to the right people, and also your own needs. Like my need is to be more savvy about social media, so I can go to some rooms like that teaching about that, how to effectively and how to effectively block all the nice activities that are going on. So it starts with the values that are at home or at school, and also among your peer group, right? So be intentional. be focused on what you want to do. Like for example, you pick up some people that you want to learn economy, for example. You can go to those rooms and learn only that. You know, you want to learn about how to calm your mind, for example. Go to the meditation room. That's why if you are intentional and then you don't let people dictate your routine and everything, you can very easily grasp it into the habit, and then you don't really know what you are doing, and then the time is gone. All day you can spend like that. But if you are intentional, like what I am, I want vision. My job is to really attend to the suffering of people, either physical or mental or spiritual, whatever it is. But then just reach out and tell them, hey, this is what I can do or what you can do. And then can reach out and they can learn from it. So being intentional is very, very important. And you are absolutely right. We need to reach the youth because this is the time where they build their life, build their career, build their families, and all of that. If they have some kind of control over that, and then they have a meaningful, engaging activity, they are better off, right? So other people may want to see movies all the time or spend late night singing and all of that. Once in a while, it's okay, but if you do it every day and then you cannot get and you cannot do anything sustaining for your body and mind, then you will be losing a lot of vital energy. And when you go to the job, you may not have the energy to do that. So we have to review all that in that context. And social media should be scrutinized and should be used what is it is intended for. I deal with a lot of IT professionals. Their problem is lack of sleep. Lots of times they come and say, I'm insomniac. I cannot sleep because I have to work late night. And then I cannot sleep. I feel drained. Few nights like that, they feel drained. So you need to understand what is the body clock. How can I use that to work with my energy patterns? Some people are morning people, some people are evening people. So then you figure out and you structure your activities according to your energy level, which is good for your work and also for you too. So you are absolutely right, Ankit. Be intentional with the social media, and I use the technology, but I use it rather trepidiously and rather hesitantly, so that I won't be exploited by the social media. Does that make sense, Ankit? Yeah, that's true. That that is that is really true, Ankit. Because our generation, we had conversations, we sat down with each other, we went to a cafeteria just to have half tea, one by two. That means one cup we divided to two, but we were there made to chat with each other. That kind of thing really helped us to develop a relationship, bonds, and friendships that are lifelong lasting. So this is something very important to know and also to really uh, uh, focus on that. So people don't converse anymore. They chat, they send text, all those things are really chatting with each other, personally, face to face. That kind of thing is very important. So put the phone out and reach out to the people, or even on the video, you can chat with each other, facing each other, looking at the facial features and body language. All those things help us to create a bonded relationship between human beings. You were right. When we are growing up, we don't have this assault of the social media. So all the technology will be coming, and then now they are going to come augmented reality, virtual reality, where you are not even yourself. You are going to talk with some avatar, that may not be even the true person. So there are dangers there too. We are examining artificial intelligence effect on the spirituality. There is a right way to go about that too. I have a separate lectures that I will do on that. But basically, the attention is very important to stabilize our mind, to meditate and all that, right? And that is going to be attracted much more by AI. So you just have to be careful about that. So what we do is we do our own practices away from social media to keep our attention in the present. And once you practice that, then you can go and approach any work like that. Otherwise, you are run by the social media, or your attention is only on that. Some of them may not be relevant to you, then it's going to be a problem. Okay, so be very aware of what is happening, and how to use the technology is very important. And I'm going to take up that issue as a issue, and how to declutter all these electronic fed messages from our mind, and not to have a brain fog and all that. You can look forward to that, Ankit. We will be doing that. Okay. Yeah. So, anybody else have any other comments or any other questions? You can come up, and then we can talk about it. Um, I think it's already now. Ankit contributed quite a bit, bringing up a very important issue of how we deplete our energies. So, uh, anybody on the wisdom map? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You go ahead, Ankit. We'll come to Christopher. Anyway. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that is true because yeah, yeah, that is true. It is kind of happening that way uh, because the mobile is supposed to be convenience, and also supposed to be more useful that way. And also you can reach out weather reports, you can reach out loved ones in emergencies, or your colleagues for the work and all that. And also know information, improve your know-how and all that. So again, it comes back to us. Why are we not having the discipline to use it appropriately? Why are we not turning off the notifications? And why are we not really having a real control over that? That should be reviewed. I think part of new resolution is kind of, I want to take off as many notifications as possible, and I also want to make it a communication tool appropriately. I want to make sure that I turn before 1 hour. Those kind of simple rules will help me, which I am doing, which I am kind of trying to share with people, and that is happening quite often. Okay. Yeah. Let's see, Christopher. He has to anything to say. Hi, Christopher. Yeah. Yeah.
Me personally, energy is like it's a part of my DNA.
Yeah.
I love that word.
Yeah.
Um, I try to put that E in energy,
Yeah.
and I use a lot of it. My energy is funneled through my creativity,
Yeah.
and funneling. I was blessed with creativity,
Yeah.
but I also had a choice not to use it, and I think that probably would have been my downfall as a being, because having that ability to a whole nother level
Yeah.
was pretty much my journey
Yeah.
for my life, understanding of life and
Yeah.
who I am as a person. So every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I don't say that lightly. It's not overwhelming that I do it all the time. It's just that creativity is a part of my life and it's normal, and it is every second, every year thing. My energy and how my creativity leaves me on this earth as a human being,
Yeah.
and how I use that energy and creativity, and how I perceive people, nature,
Yeah.
energy is a beautiful is a so
Wonderful.
I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
What I'm so happy you brought that up, and then Chris very well concerned. He is talking creative living. So he's being creative in his lifestyle, in his things that he does, and that creativity he's talking about is not being, laws of the past or future expectations, but here and now. How can he be creative in his life, in his living? That's creativity, because if you express something out because you are feeling urge and all that, that creative the people call it. Have some bad experience, write something like that, that may become a novel. It may have some lesson, that's okay. But how you doing with your life right here and now? That's what I think Christopher is talking about. Is wonderful, very wonderful thing to have that kind of morning, in the evening, in the night also. So reviewing these things on the spot, and then is this see, we have the decision making of anything. Like for example, the phone Ankit was talking about, the mobile is in our hand, give us a lot of freedom, a lot of communication, a lot of knowledge, a lot of right knowledge. On the other hand, it can be an addiction. It can be something you will be talking to your friend, gossiping, become more negative that way. So we have the choice of the negative, But if you choose the negative without really realizing that it's going to be negative, then somebody else have to protect you. Either somebody is going to punish you, or is somebody is going to reward you. Like that, you can never have creative self coming out. But you yourself decide, this is the course my life is going to take. I'm going to live my life. That kind of thing. If you make the correct decision every, excellent. Okay, you both have contributed a lot about the relevant issues with the energy depletion, and I'm glad that you both have come up and expressed yourself. Thank you very much. Okay, anything else, Ankit? Okay, sure. 8 o'clock, the same thing. I was hoping to conduct up to 1 hour, but it all depends upon how people follow up, and then we don't want to expand on the utility of modern technology, where it becomes our own weakness. So we will review that in lecture when I do the decluttering of the technology, and then we can talk about that too. And tomorrow,
I want to ask you one thing.
yeah.
Sir, are you reading any books on the yoga and can
Oh,
you refer any books?
I mean, there was a lot of knowledge about it, but then I followed BK Saingar when he was alive, doing the yoga sessions and all that. He's an excellent teacher. You cannot learn yoga just by book. You can understand it, but it is the experiential knowledge that brings more into yoga, what real yoga is, and how you can stabilize yourself inside, where you have control, and you can be um, experiential that way. So practice, learn, but then put them in. Okay? About I can look and tell you I have a yoga. So
No, 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 sir. Actually, I just want to know about the
yeah,
but we will do it on some other thing.
yeah,
It's not the topic of the
yeah. No, yoga is kind of how to actually learn do it. That's why in the morning session I may be insisting, but I don't engage in it. I go on repeating my yoga postures, breathing, and focusing the mind and all that. But these rooms are here to talk. But people have to come up and you contribute a lot to the discussion. Instagram listening. I have some problem, technical issues with Instagram, poor connection. But you answer the wisdom, and nobody is coming up. With so
there is actually a breakdown.
yeah, there is.
Breakdown of your voice, I guess.
Yeah, probably the poor connection, maybe. So we will enter, and then we'll again tomorrow. The next letter is S. S is for the self. It's going to be a big discussion on that. I can easily do an hour on that just by talking what I mean by small s and to really engage in that. Okay. All right. With that, we will come to a conclusion of for today. Yeah, Christopher.
Thank you, sir. Have a,
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you. Bye bye.
have a nice
Bye. Okay. So anybody on the wisdom app want to come up, or I come up on everybody's room, but no coming up on my rooms. I don't understand that. Okay, I'll be taking leave now, and I'll see you again. Bye. Okay. So thank you everybody on the Instagram. I will see you again tomorrow.